Hey guys, I just wanted to make a video of encouragement for you guys because I know that for some people it's a little freaky to walk into stores and not see anything. My husband just went into Walmart. I think he just needed a couple trash bags or something, and he told me that basically all you could buy was sausage and pickles, and that's strange. Um, hey, so I just wanted to share with you a couple testimonies just to give everybody hope, and then this is even something I can look back on too. A few years ago, probably 8, 9 years ago now, when we first moved to Texas, there were some financial things that happened that we were not expecting, and we were really living like it was really tight. And there was one day that um, my kids came up to me in the kitchen and said, "Hey, Mom, what's for dinner tonight?" And honestly, I did not know. Like, we didn't have food. We didn't have food to eat, and so I didn't know. And they asked me, can we have grilled cheese and Cheez-Its for dinner? And we didn't even have bread or cheese or butter for grilled cheese. And it was really weird because I never even bought Cheez-Its. I thought Cheez-Its were disgusting, and I don't even know how my children knew Cheez-Its even existed. Like, I honestly didn't know. They were so little. It's not like they were going somewhere else and getting them from school or something. They were all really little. So I'm like, no, cheese, it's gross. No, but I was also really in despair because we didn't even have bread or butter or cheese for something as simple as grilled cheese. So about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or an hour later, my husband walked through the door from work and he had grocery bags in his hands. And I was kind of upset, and I was like, where did you get that, and how did you get that? We don't even have money for that, because we didn't. And he put the stuff on the counter and he said, well, my grandpa is about to go out of the country and he wanted to clean out his pantry and his fridge, so he asked if I would come over so he could give the stuff to me. And so we opened the bags of the stuff he was just clearing out of his house that he didn't need. And inside of the bags, you can probably guess what's coming. There was a loaf of bread, there was cheese, and there was butter. And my goodness, if there wasn't a box of Cheez-Its. So to this day, I'm in love with Cheez-Its, as gross as that may sound, but you get it, you get why. Like, that's such a testimony. I had 4 kids, and I think I was pregnant with Ian at the time. Total despair. Didn't have money for food, couldn't go out and get food. Paycheck was gonna be a few days away, and it was the literal request of my children was brought to my counter by my husband through his grandpa, who happened to be going out of town. So that's one testimony. Here's another one. A few years later, we were living in a different house, actually just down the street. And now we had the money to be able to get some groceries, but I couldn't get out of the house. My whole family was sick. And I think at that time, maybe we had one vehicle, but the point is, like, even if I wanted to leave the house, I really couldn't, because I just wasn't gonna haul sick feeling people to the store. So at this point, I could have gotten food, but I just couldn't leave the house with all the sick kids. And we had food, but it was processed foods. It was like pantry type foods, and we weren't feeling well. And I remember I actually said out loud, I said, God, I just want healthy food, like fruits or something, because we're all ill and we need to get better, and I don't want to give them processed foods. Sure enough, a little while later, I hear this knock at my front door. Nobody ever comes to people's doors anymore. And it was our neighbor from next door, a man named Mr. Reed. And I think he was 94, 95 at the time. And he came to my house with a crate in his hands filled with oranges and bananas, because he had just volunteered at a bike race in Waxahachie, and he would volunteer and they would give snacks, healthy snacks to the people who were cycling, and he brought the leftovers to my house. Now in that one, the kids had actually heard me say to God, oh God, can we please just have some healthy food? And they watched the neighbor bring it. And that was it. So I just wanna encourage you guys, we all need it. God does miracles. He does miracles, like even like real specific things. So I want you to trust in him. I want us all to be people of faith. And here's the deal. This is what's really interesting too, how I want to encourage you. Brian's grandpa thought of us And he thought, here is a family with a bunch of children. I bet you they could use some food while I go out of town. I'll just give it to them. Likewise, my neighbor knew we had a bunch of kids and we're a family, and he thought of us to bring it over. And so for those who need the encouragement that you will be provided for, I want to share that. But then for those of you who have the things that can offer provision, I encourage you to be the one. If you sense the Holy Spirit saying, why don't you go bless this person, do it. Because I'm a testimony to someone who has been on the receiving end of that, and it is life-changing. And the fact that my children were able to see a faithful God and a faithful church just blesses my heart. So let's go and do that and trust. Love you guys.